Nick Lowery with one of the first great superstars for the Phoenix Suns, Alvan Adams, and your first year was in some ways the best year because that was the best year that the Suns had during your 13-year career.
It was. That was the 75-76 season. The Suns had 2 first-round draft picks. I was the first of those. Ricky Sobers out of Las Vegas was the second. The Suns that same summer had traded their leading scorer, Charlie Scott, to Boston for a young fourth-year player by the name of Paul Westphal. So Paul Westphal was new, I was new, Ricky was new. We had some real veterans on that team. We had Keith Erickson, Dick Van Arsdale, the original Sun, right, and Pat Riley was on that team. Amazing. Had some good big forwards. I ended up playing center that year, a small center. Okay, I'm only 6'9", that's small in the NBA. Right. 6'9", 215 pounds. We were a running team. We weren't expected to do a lot. We beat out the Lakers for the last playoff position, and they had a new player that year that just come from Milwaukee.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
There you go. Everybody knows that. And so we made the playoffs. We beat Seattle. They had the home court advantage. We beat them in the first round. We played Golden State in the second. They were the defending the NBA champs. We upset them in Game 7 on their court to get into the NBA Finals and play the Celtics, where I think we lost, if I remember correctly.
Alvan Adams, I got to hear this. So 6'9", what was it like guarding Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he must be 7'4". Everybody says 7'2", but I met him. He's closer to 7'4".
He's way over 7. So my coach, John McLeod, would say, Alvan, you're quick. Don't let these big guys, don't let Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Nate Thurman, Bob Lanier, don't let these guys set up on their favorite spot, down low right or down low left. I go, okay. He goes, can you do that? Don't let them set up on their favorite spot. I go, okay. So I'd beat them down the court when we were on defense. I'd stand on their favorite spot for how long? For about 3 or 4 more seconds till they got there and just rooted me out, right? So you play to your strengths. I ran up and down the floor. I made those guys run. They came down and tried to muscle me, and you play to your strengths.
How is the Phoenix organization so recently with Steve Nash, such a dominant team? How are they going to get back to that more dominant place in the NBA?
Well, first of all, you ask about the evolution of the game. Back when I played, and the guys we just mentioned, Jabbar and Lanier and Thurman and Gilmore and these guys, the best shot used to be the closest shot, right? Because it was the highest percentage shot. So the closest shot were layups and dunks inside. And so therefore the most important players were the big guys. Who's the most important player in the NBA today? Everybody, Steph Curry, right? These great shooters, because what's the most important shot today? It's the three-point shot.
Well, they've made the three-point shot something that's actually a 40 to 50% shot now.
Exactly. So the three-pointer came in the late 70s, but really wasn't utilized a lot till the mid to late 80s, and now it's such an important part of the game. Everybody's looking for three-point shooters. Whether you call it a stretch 4, like we had a really good player a few years ago, Channing Frye. This year we had Mirza Toledovich. These guys are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", and they can shoot the three, draw the defense out. So my alma mater has a great three-point shooter, Buddy Hield from the University of Oklahoma. So these guys are really premium now, these great three-point shooters.
Let's talk about the playoffs and whether the Warriors, who did something I didn't think anybody could do, which is beat the Bulls' old mark, but just because you had the best record doesn't mean you're going to win the championship. What do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going to win the championship. 73 wins beating the Bulls, 72 wins. It's not a guarantee, like you say. Nothing's handed to you. It's going to be tough, and it's probably going to come down to that in the West. The East has got a few strong teams. Not many of us see the Raptors that much. Of course, LeBron's in the East. I would imagine it's going to be the Warriors and the Cavaliers, with the Warriors prevailing.
With social media and the lack of privacy that we've all experienced, the explosion of cameras and phones and all the different social media, this, of course, VIKTRE being one of those examples, how would you conduct yourself differently today, given that anything you do that could be interpreted as inappropriate is going to get out there?
Well, I still have a 40-plus hour a week job. I work in facility management with the Suns down at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Just as we are very careful in the business world about what we write in an email or what we say in a meeting. It's quite simply that.
Be careful.
Why would you write something that, what's the old saying, you wouldn't want your mother to read? I think it's that simple.
today's players? What advice do you give to today's players that come from all sorts of different backgrounds so they understand and appreciate that you may be getting paid $10, $15 million a year, but don't shoot your team or yourself in the foot?
Well, coming from a team sport, it's all about other people. And what I was really impressed with last year when Jordan Spieth was winning the major tournaments, I remember some of his quotes were all about we, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, he plays an individual sport. Right. It's just him. But even he realizes there's a bunch of other people around, whether it's his swing coach or his strength and conditioning coach or his parents or agents. So realize there's a bunch of people around you helping you. And the great ones think that. Jordan knows that. I'm sure LeBron knows it. They know that.
One of the people that understood team sports and everybody appreciates today in Phoenix, a true legend, Alvan Adams. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.